Hello, and welcome to the OSU Philippines Nationals 2024 OSU Mania 4K 7K Tournament. I am one of your co-hosts, Sur285, and alongside with me in the commentary booth is Yukina Meng. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yun na ba?
Yeah.
Yun na ba? Yun natin?
Yeah.
Para may gusto ko pa sabihin pero ano. Anyways, we have a match on hand for you this evening. We have a 7K match in the losers bracket between MapleSyrup and Wewoj. MapleSyrup staying in the. It has been in the losers bracket for I think one round longer than Wewoj here. Wewoj just dropping to the losers bracket coming from last weekend by way of Arquin. I think if I remember correctly, Wewoj's opponent last weekend was actually Arquin. Anyways, immediately, setting up the pools, yung mga strategies natin. So, we're gonna have Wewoj doing their first protect. Doing the first protect of the match, I mean. And they're gonna be protecting Hybrid 1, which is arguably one of the hardest starts in the entire pool.
Oh yeah, this is definitely yeah. Considering Wewoj's hybrid performance last round, this is very reasonable for him. Kasi, auto jammer in, so I think that's.
I mean, the thing is, like, MapleSyrup can also keep up, especially with shield heavy charts.
Yeah.
And you already see it protecting LN2.
Yeah, MapleSyrup protecting LN2, which is. I guess that's fine. Coordination naman. Coordination? Yeah, coordination.
I mean, yeah, it's more like an auto jump style.
Auto jump. Yeah, auto jump style. Yeah, I forgot. That's the new genre, right? I would presume Maple would ban something like Rise 4, based on his reaction towards the showcase.
I mean, it depends how everything will be going, and actually it's going to be Rise 5.
Oh, Rise 5. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So it's it's either saan siya na-overwhelm sa 4 or sa 5. So yeah, I think the tech one is way too overwhelming for him, I think. So yeah, definitely a good ban. Then
Rise 4 isn't too bad though. Like, yeah, sure, it's core jacks, pero
it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, there's a pretty sizable difficulty spike from semis to finals, especially in the core jack department. Anyways, Wewoj is also going to be banning Rise 1. So this is going to be mostly an LN match, I would presume, and I think kung sinong maglalaro ng Rise dito, they're most likely going to be most likely a accuracy battle for the most part. All LN picks and hybrids are pretty much wide open here. I would presume we're gonna be seeing Gunjo, I don't care, maybe Paradise as well.
It looks like we're getting hybrid 3. Okay. We might need to turn down the audio.
I'll be turning down the audio for a sec, just to try to protect the stream. Anyways, back to where I was. Most likely we're gonna be seeing some of these slower LNs actually come into play here. This one as well, while it is a hybrid pick, this is on the slower side, and I think what Wewoj actually just needs to do is pretty much out consistent. Like, just be more consistent than Maple here. Because I would think Maple has the capability of punching above their own weight, especially for this round.
That is true. I don't know about hybrid 3. Both players are definitely capable of this, considering 65 siya. Pero it's really up to which one has the better, like, how do I say this? Kasi both auto jammers so pagandahan talaga ng accuracy to. But yeah, as I say that Wewoj having a rough start there, pero still it's way too early to tell. And also MapleSyrup, I think, is using a if I remember correctly, a parang flashlight skin. That's why the scroll speed is very slow.
Yeah.
Move this here.
Okay. And then here's like when you mentioned like accuracy actually coming into play here, Wewoj actually finding a lot of accuracy drops on that staccato LN stairs, which actually gives MapleSyrup like an opportunity to raise their accuracy a bit. But we see both players now trading MapleSyrup, trading one more miss. Like, I was about to say that MapleSyrup had the accuracy advantage early. I mean, before that came in, but Wewoj is starting to pick up their pace. They're already starting to increase their accuracy back to 99, like going back up to 99%. As MapleSyrup is actually starting to drop, even on these those basic inverts.
Yeah, even with those misses, like just recently from Wewoj right there, the accuracy advantage for Wewoj is just outstanding. compared to MapleSyrup. But there is a chance. May ano pa yan. There is still a workaround because 7K halfway, a 7K point difference halfway, things might change in the long run.
Yeah,
It's
this lead is not safe at all.
mm,
Anyways, both players negotiating that full LN section pretty nice. Actually, Wewoj racing their accuracy now up to a low 99%. Just trying to keep that above that level and just building on the lead that they have established pretty much the entire chart. MapleSyrup on the other hand with a pretty sizable combo. Just a bit of inconsistencies here. Both players now finding a miss. Maple another one.
yeah. Wewoj having a miss there, but Maple having two misses, which doesn't even the miss trade, which just gives the lead deeper to Wewoj.
Trades do favor the person who has the advantage here. We see just a simple calm section before we enter the final chorus of the song. We're gonna be seeing whether both of these players are able to hit the incoming sections, which is considerably denser than what we had from what we saw for the previous 3 minutes.
Yeah. The lead is just going in
Oh,
favor for Wewoj right there, but
that's a
that was a really
sizable.
unclean miss.
It was a pretty sizable drop there coming from Wewoj, but it didn't really drop
Yeah.
their accuracy. That still above 99%. Okay, this right section actually proving some trouble for Wewoj here. MapleSyrup also finding a miss at the end, but it doesn't really matter at this point as Wewoj picks up their first point. I just hope that our streamer here could turn off the warm-up mode on the laser client.
Yep. I was also gonna say that. But yeah.
There you go.
Looking at the ratio, it's completely different. There is a 500 there is a 500 perfect deficit, which is like, yeah. Even though that Maple has the capability of the combo, yung ratio talaga yung nagpapahila ng score gap. But still, the night is still young, so there are more maps left to pick, especially on the rice portions. I want to see what happens there. Looks like streamer is trying to fix the client for a bit.
Yeah, just give us a few moments here as we're trying to fix a few issues on the streamer's end. Based on the news that we're getting here internally, the pick is going to be LN5. Oh wait, no, it's LN2. There we go.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
so already picking the protect. Now we'll just wait for a bit until the streamer fixes some stuff on the client.
Yeah. While we're talking about that, since LN2 is mentioned, paano ba to? Shields.
Shields.
There is a lot of shields on this chart. I actually gave this a play like a day or two ago. A sakit no middle ring finger heavy shield usage is actually on this chart. It's within my 93, 94 range, pero still though, this is actually a very abrasive chart. Like on like if you're watching it, doesn't really look too bad, but on the hands, this goes hard on the hands.
Yeah. Shields are like in 7K. Shields are those one pattern na it's just hard to get consistent with. Even with top players, I don't think a single top player would prefer anything like shields. Like they would prefer anything but shields personally. Because it's a very inconsistent pattern, and that's pretty much the test of courage for this kind of map. And we're gonna see who is more capable of shield patterns.
Okay, now we're now seeing MapleSyrup here. Go back to like a more reasonable scroll speed. Most likely, this is going to be a regular. MapleSyrup is playing on a regular note skin this time around, and you see already, starting out with a better accuracy here compared to Wewoj. Pero one thing to note nga lang is that MapleSyrup is actually starting to drop some accuracy, and
Oh, there you
that is a
go.
pretty major drop there, and that gives Wewoj a pretty slight lead. I think the score counter is borked.
It's broken. It is kind of broken.
Though it does seem like a MapleSyrup is on the leader. I'm actually looking at the two screens immediately. Though it doesn't. Okay, there we go.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Well, Wewoj with a slight lead now going into the second quarter of the chart, and honestly, this is actually really close. You see both close accuracies. Actually, both players are practically even as well on the miscount. So everything has to go well for a certain for one of these players at least for the most part. Anyways, Wewoj finding a. I mean, it isn't that big of a drop on the.
No, actually, that was a big of a drop. Actually,
the second drop was bigger. The second drop was bigger.
Oh my god. All right. So apparently, MapleSyrup having the combo accuracy and score gap advantage with 10k. He needs to hold that one if he wants to maintain that score gap as well, which I think he dropped like 2 misses and a slider break there, which was really detrimental for him. And then, since we're still halfway, things might change. Pero if no trade of misses happen, the lead is very.
If they do trade though, the lead stays whoever has the advantage, and there you go, one more miss coming in from Wewoj. MapleSyrup slowly decreasing the accuracy that they built up over the past few sections of the start, but this is still a pretty sizable lead, and if MapleSyrup isn't careful with maintaining their composure right now, they might find themselves in a pretty precarious situation going into the final quarter of the start, where the patterns actually start to become a bit more denser. Like we're seeing like practically a full LN barrage here. Wewoj finding 2 consecutive drops. Going into
accuracy is not going down. Oh my god, we love Goliath.
The tournament client is currently I cannot say the words that I want to say on stream though.
The client is in fact clienting, but oh my god, what was that combo earlier? Let me see the full the combo counter.
Yeah, 4,900
combo. That's insane.
Yeah, pretty sizable combo there coming from MapleSyrup. Just though, look at the ratio though. Wewoj finding a better ratio between these two players.
And also, he's like 10 points away for having like a perfect 94 score, 94, 94, 94. But it's like 94, 94, 84. So yeah. But still, ratio-wise,
Wewoj does have the better ratio, but it's just that Maple had the consistency with the combos.
Okay, now we're going for LN4.
Okay.
While the score advantage of MapleSyrup was actually pretty big on LN2, I think that this is an okay pick still for Wewoj. Mahaba-haba pa. Like, we're still like a virtual best of 11 here. Like at this point, you could still afford to experiment a little bit. You don't really want to go down, I guess, with 2 points. Because that's where you kind of have to think about doing a break point, and at some point or maybe changing up your strategy as well. But at least for now, at least what we're seeing here, they're gonna try to exhaust, try nila ubusin yung LN sa hybrid on this pool, and we have another pretty long chart. And I want to say that this might. I'm actually not sure. This might be easier than I don't care.
Well, based on experience, I do think this is harder. Kasi I don't know. I'm not sure. LN2 is more of a. Ako personally, I find LN2 okay late game because it's my kind of preference late game wise. Pero if I remember correctly, this is density. Density ba to?
No, this is mixed, right? Mixed LN.
Yeah. Okay, mixed LN is pretty much the. Ako personally, it's like the harder kind of LNs in the late game for N5. Pero maybe it's just me. Pero considering it is 3 minutes, so considering it's 3 minutes, consistency is key here. So that may be both players, strengths, but
Anyways,
not
here
sure.
we go with the main difficulty of the chart. MapleSyrup immediately dropping to 98.5. Wewoj also finding a pretty sizable accuracy drop, but still staying above 99%. And actually, Wewoj is finding the first position. That's a pretty sizable drop as well, but MapleSyrup follows up with 2% going into that kill, actually dropping to below 98% for a few moments right there. And alright, there's a big hit, and that's the will continue MapleSyrup to drop. As we ended like practically one of the densest sections of this section of the entire LM2 in this round. Wewoj also
especially when both players especially when both players are stabilizing near 98%. As MapleSyrup trying to combo out the rest of the few maps, and Wewoj having the accuracy advantage. Like, as long as client updates, I think score gap might
score gap
change.
is still on Wewoj's score gap is still on Wewoj's field, but Maple is, I think, becoming staying pretty close. Wewoj cannot really afford to find any drops here. Especially there's like only a few thousand points remaining actually from the score gap from the freeze. Yeah, like MapleSyrup didn't really, like, they did climb up, like they got the score gap close to like around 6,000 points, but
6,000.
but like it practically stayed here. Both players now trading misses.
Oh, and Wewoj is getting more misses actually. All right,
Okay,
this is
so
interesting.
that should put MapleSyrup a bit closer now. There's another two consecutive misses from here from Wewoj, going in the most critical part of the chart. MapleSyrup could still snatch this point away. Pero look, I'm not sure if there is enough time though.
I don't think the lead is going anywhere.
Okay, Wewoj finds a drop, but I think this is the last chord of the song. This is the last chord of the chart, and that ends it.
That was a close call for Wewoj right there. That could have been a break point. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Wewoj almost lost this point, pero they narrowly escaped.
Yeah, that was a clutch moment that could have easily swept to MapleSyrup if Wewoj had a few misses in through that last part, but he manages to get the lead. He manages to get the lead maintained. But as for now, so far no break points. Looks like players are having a tennis between points.
They're just trading points now. Now they're deciding whether they should go for Hanayori Dango or the Korean Hanayori Dango or Gunjo. Pinag-uusapan kung ano ba strip. Yeah. Okay, they're going for LN1. So they're gonna save Boys Over Flowers, and I'm not even sure kung kukota sila until much later in this match.
Oh my god, I just lost connection. What happened? Oh, Gunjo.
Yeah, they're going for Gunjo. I did mention kanina, like the chat actually mentioned, like tinanong pa ni MapleSyrup, like ano ba trip ni Wewoj, Gunjo ba or Meteor Garden? Pero they went for MapleSyrup went for Gunjo.
J-pop or K-pop? Nice. Okay. Now, ako personally, I think this is I don't know how to say it. It's easier than most LNs, but it's very trippy. Hard to act. Hard to act as V2.
I'd say that we wouldn't really see much of an activity here until the final, like after the final chorus where it's just the refrain.
chorus.
It's just the refrain.
Mm.
Like
Well,
the
as long as
different
they maintain,
papers are
as
good.
long as they maintain their LN releases, because some parts in Gunjo is kind of trippy sometimes. Like you'd get 200s out of nowhere. Maybe it's me, but like a lot of 7 key players do say that as well, considering OD7 nga. Pero yeah, never mind. Looks like both players are still maintaining combo, and like yeah, an example is like this. An
Interesting to
example,
note, MapleSyrup is actually releasing very early.
yeah. Wewoj manages the 98.70, but MapleSyrup is barely on the 98 accuracy. But again, it is this is on the earlier side of the chart. The hardest part is at the end, and because of that miss, despite the accuracy advantage, the score gap is 500 points. And as we see that Wewoj's accuracy is kind of going down, but MapleSyrup's combo advantage is right there.
So
So
we're practically toe to toe here, but MapleSyrup cannot really afford to find a miss anywhere in this chart. They must be able to combo for practically the rest of the chart, especially that Wewoj is starting to increase their accuracy, and that actually gives a bit of an advantage here to Wewoj. Though the display is actually showing that MapleSyrup is in the lead, but like in the long run though, as long as Wewoj finds an increase in accuracy here, they should be able to snatch the lead here. But MapleSyrup is starting to raise their accuracy as well. They're already above 98.4, and they're climbing fast. And that actually, and with a combo as well, that actually gives MapleSyrup the lead.
yeah,
They're actually about to tie in accuracy going to the halfway point of the chart. And okay, MapleSyrup is just on the verge of overtaking now.
yeah. So it's basically the combo versus one miss. If Wewoj tries to fix up his ratio on the long side of the map, that this could snatch the lead. But as long as MapleSyrup holds that combo, with
Now they
they
trade.
traded. No, they trade, so it's still even.
Yeah. Actually, going out the trade, Wewoj actually has the better accuracy. Like it's only very slight, and I think like the big combo that MapleSyrup did accumulate from a few sections earlier is keeping them in the lead. And there you go. There's a miss coming from Wewoj, and actually now that gives MapleSyrup some breathing room. Going into the final third of the chart, where the difficulty of the chart is going to be looming over the heads.
Uh, yeah. So as we approach that, it's still long. Matagal-tagal pa until we get to the last drop, but yeah, this one, it's getting there. It's getting there. Basically, the two players are trying to fix their accuracies as much as possible, so that
Well,
in,
one
in
thing.
yeah,
We're about to enter that section in a few moments. There's a big drop for MapleSyrup. Wewoj finds a trade. MapleSyrup does give another this drop their combo once again. But then the accuracy is actually practically similar between these two players. And here we go. We're entering now the hardest section of the chart. Wewoj finding a drop. The accuracy is actually pretty same.
and here we go.
Practically
And
the
here
same.
we go. Here we go.
But MapleSyrup actually stretching the lead, and there I think that's pretty much it. Wewoj finding a drop.
Yeah, 9,000 combo lead. As long as Maple maintains that, as long as to the next few seconds of the map, this is a point for MapleSyrup, and I don't think I'm seeing that at all. Oh, all right, there's a slider break there, but I don't think the lead is going anywhere. And there we go, another close call. 5,000 point lead.
I don't think it was a pretty close call. Like
It was definitely a close call. One of
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like the miss didn't really matter in the end though. Like yeah, sure the points gap is close, but the misses that MapleSyrup like got at the end, they didn't really matter in the end.
Okay, but the score gap, it's I'd say it's a close call, but still, we're back to tie 2-2. Now, how do we say this? So we have one LN pick remaining. We have two hybrids.
Ayan, kumota na sila.
Nagkota sila. Okay. They're going for LN3. But this one is more of a density side, so... Oh, there's two left. Okay. Just said that. Both players are kind of exchanging LN picks now. Parang yung determinant siguro nito in the long run is the Rice picks at this point. Because no one is getting a breakpoint at all.
I mean, given how everything is going, given how everything is going, like anyone could get a breakpoint off each other. Anyways, here we go with Quota. And MapleSyrup, interestingly, is going for a lane cover skin.
No, the flashlight skin. I don't think it was a lane cover.
I mean, technically, it's still a lane cover.
Lane cover only covers one. Ano. So
they cover the lane except the middle of the lane. Okay, so it's still a lane cover. Like gawin mo pang jealousy na na lane cover yan. It's still a lane cover. Anyways, I mean, Wewoj actually had a pretty messy start, but is already recovering, like almost climbing to 98.9 level. MapleSyrup, oh, that's a really bad.
Oh, that's a really bad drop for MapleSyrup.
Not exactly something that you want. Like now looking at the chart at this slow but scroll speed, you can actually see that you also have like what is practically a full LN section. Like while it is like an LN chord stream, pero it's practically a full LN section. And I think we're already getting to the point. The lead here is at its biggest now throughout the entire match. Wewoj will be continually building up their combo, going into the final quarter of the start, and I think there's another drop from MapleSyrup, which actually will just keep Wewoj's accuracy up. Wewoj just finally manages to find the drop, but that wouldn't really matter at this point.
No, I can't see anything. What's going on? Okay, here we go. And I think the lead is going nowhere at all because of that huge influx of misses throughout the map. So far, that's the biggest score gap we've ever seen on this match. 47k in favor for Wewoj, and so far, no breakpoints. This is gonna be a very interesting match. I'm gonna tell you this. And then, yeah, they're going for the LN5 immediately. Walang patumpik-tumpik pa. Diretso na. Boom, karaka. Diretso. Uubusin lahat yung LNs.
Now, here's the point. Like, after this chart, we're already at that point where the two hybrids aren't exactly easy. And there's the Rice charts. I think we're gonna be trying.
That's the thing. I'm not really sure if sino yung like. I think both players would prefer the chord streams, but what if mawala na yun? You know, what do you do? But yeah, again, the tech pick is out, sure, pero it's like the Rice picks are like, for them, it's like the eggshell zone or something. It's like a very risky pick for both players.
Anyways, we gotta keep the volume low again. Just for this pick in particular. Also, if you ever managed to watch this K-drama when it was originally airing, you might have to consider already thinking about your college degree.
Oh, you're talking about the other one, right? In 2001.
Or if not, Boys Over Flowers, eh. So, you might, like, when you were a child, when this was originally airing, you might already be thinking about getting your college degree. If you were a high schooler at the time this originally airing on ABS-CBN, like yung Filipino dub nito,
Yung Filipino
you might
dub.
already be considering your, like your family life or kung ano ba yan, or kung hindi ka naman nagmamakto lang sa loob ng bahay ninyo or something like that, I guess. Pero basically, the people who have watched this are practically in their adulting stage na. This is what it that way. But anyways, both players still maintaining full combos though. Wewoj, with the sizable accuracy advantage here. I think MapleSyrup is well within striking distance. Like in case Wewoj manages to find the drop somewhere here, but Wewoj has practically found their consistency like ever since like what we saw from Kota.
Since both players are not breaking any single combo, the accuracy difference is kind of close, 99.11 and 98.70. But like a few misses from Wewoj's side could change a lot of things. As long as MapleSyrup manages to maintain that accuracy, like i-try pa niya na ipataas yung accuracy niya, and things might change. But the lead is just overall in favor for Wewoj here, despite the shortcomings of 200s. And there we go, MapleSyrup getting the miss, but so is Wewoj. So there is a trade of misses here, but I think Maple had a. I think
Like
that was
the accuracy actually stayed the same there for MapleSyrup.
yeah, for a bit. 0.1 ata yung deficit ng both players. But yeah, despite that, like the score gap is well in favor for Wewoj as well. And another trade.
There's another trades favor the player who is in the lead, and there's another drop coming from MapleSyrup, and that should give Wewoj a bigger breathing room. And there's yet another miss. Pinapahiram na ng screw si Wewoj ni MapleSyrup para i-expand ang kanyang room. Pero Wewoj, binabalik ang mga screw. And
oh my god, the score gap is really close.
Yeah, the score gap is really
are flickering, but MapleSyrup getting a miss though.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Hindi pala kinuha balik ni Wewoj yung mga screw galing kay MapleSyrup. May pangkabit na siya ng galvanized pero still.
Na-lock in yung screw kay Wewoj. Still, that could have almost went to MapleSyrup had it not been for a slider break for Maple right there. So that's gonna be our first break point. That was
pretty close there in the end. Pero that is a break point. And this will definitely change the dynamics of this match. Because like the remaining hybrid picks aren't exactly easy. They're not exactly in the slower side of the pool.
Yeah, especially hybrid 1. That's gonna pose as a challenge.
Hybrid 1, I could still see MapleSyrup keep up. I could still see it happening.
I don't know, man. I think hybrid 1 is the hardest one, pero still it might pose as a challenge personally kasi iba yung consistency pa rin yung hybrid 1. Pero yeah, that's gonna be the first rice pick. Then scored stream, Vivace code. Okay, I think both players are definitely capable of chord streams, but it's the matter of who is more consistent. See, I've known MapleSyrup to be more, when it comes to rice, more on brackets talaga. Pero so as Wewoj.
But I presume MapleSyrup will be going for going back to their flashlight skin.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, it does look like it.
Here we go. Like we won't be seeing much until the main section of this chart once this intro build-up section ends. And here we go, Wewoj finding an early drop here, but MapleSyrup does manage to trade, and that is actually a That's a really big drop here.
That's a really big score. That is a really big set of misses for MapleSyrup right there. Already below 96. I think MapleSyrup is hitting slightly. Let's see.
I mean it's not really a matter of hitting slightly earlier, slightly later. It's a matter of like just being able to hit the patterns as is. Like that's kind of like the problem MapleSyrup is currently facing right now. That the density of this chart isn't exactly light. Meanwhile, you see Wewoj here just negotiating this chart, still maintaining a full combo at 99.3%. This is on. I think Wewoj's score is actually on track to become one of the better scores of this chart. For this weekend, MapleSyrup just barely maintaining a 95% now. Going into the second half of this chart, where the patterns actually become a bit more abrasive.
Wewoj still maintaining the 99 accuracy though. It looks like I take my statement back earlier. But still, I think it's the fact na medyo mahirap rin siguro i-master yung low scroll speed na chord stream, and I think that's something. I can't do this. I can't really do this. But Wewoj is maintaining the accuracy though, 99.44 on a final chord stream chart. A final chord stream pick, and Maple already at 94%, 93% actually.
Wewoj is just. I think this might be one of the only full combos that we're going to be seeing in this match. Well, we're going to wait for that full combo now. But it doesn't really matter. Also, nakikita namin, hindi na kailangan i-point out. We can definitely see it, okay? May nice pa.
Epic. That is epic.
There you go. Anyways, now here's MapleSyrup going for Hybrid 2. I'm actually pretty surprised. Hybrid 2 is it? These were towards. Yeah, sure. It's more of a technical hybrid, pero
I personally think this is easier than Hybrid 1. Not gonna lie.
Hindi kasi like practically, like we're not talking about which is easier, which is harder here. We're talking about saan mas pabor yung skill set.
Yeah. So this is
I remember MapleSyrup being more favored with release coordination kind of stuff, and that's practically what Hybrid 1 is. This one, on the other hand, is, I mean, it has that element to it. Pero, I mean, MapleSyrup knows more about their own skill set than we do.
Yeah, that is true. We might expect something. We might get something unexpected here, but yeah. Still with the low scroll speed. All right.
Actually, Wewoj, early accuracy lead here. The first miss, but it doesn't really matter. This MapleSyrup finds a trade. It's actually pretty down. Actually, very low accuracy here. Just above 96%. Wewoj, while they are dropping accuracy as well, it's not really as fast as what MapleSyrup is. Fast as MapleSyrup's accuracy drops.
But yeah, that is a 20,000 point lead for Wewoj, trying to get that 99 accuracy, but MapleSyrup is on the 96. Yeah, it's way too early to tell, because if you think about it, MapleSyrup haba. There is a 1% accuracy deficit. Wewoj is trying to recover that one, but MapleSyrup is still maintaining at 96. So,
but like, I think the one thing that I don't actually notice from MapleSyrup is, yung like, whenever MapleSyrup tries to transition from like this pure rice section going into the LNs, like at least for the earlier sections, they actually find find a lot of drops here, but for the first time in this chart, I think we're seeing some stability here coming from MapleSyrup. They're already increasing their accuracy just a little bit, and Wewoj has to be careful here because once MapleSyrup actually finds their rhythm, well, that miss is not a good sign though. But if MapleSyrup finds their rhythm, it's pretty like MapleSyrup can easily recover to that point, but the chart it just became a bit abrasive there. And we see a few misses actually coming from both players. Just a pretty short break section going into some of the more wacky patterns in this chart. Wewoj finding a drop right there, pero medyo stable pa yung accuracy niya at 97.6. MapleSyrup just still a full percent behind. More of these LNs now, and Wewoj finds another drop, pero that drop I don't think really matters at this point unless we see like a disconnection here coming from Wewoj, but that isn't going to be happening na siguro at these final notes, and Wewoj will be getting to match point. Match point here for Wewoj.
So there's still one hybrid remaining, and that is still not picked by Wewoj. So and it is currently his pick right now. So I'm.
And now, I would presume now, ngayon ilalabas ang hybrid 1.
Oh, never mind.
No,
Rice 3. Okay.
So you're saying pre-detect lang para iwasan?
Ganon.
No, that's also a thing. That's also a thing. Like, yeah, sure, you can pick your opponent's protect. Like, you can do that.
Ano nga yung sinabi?
Ano yun? Mythical third ban. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, mythical ban. Yung sinabi ni Steven like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah.
The mythical ban.
Pero like practically speaking though, I mean, you already saw how Maple performed on Rise 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then like going for Rise 3 immediately, which is a faster chart. Like, yeah, sure, it's a lighter one, pero you already saw what happened earlier. So you're just gonna try to bring it home. And I think we're gonna do another fix here. Medyo nagkakaproblema po talaga ng ating tournament client for some reason.
Yeah, with the unresponsive score gap, with the incorrect picking. Yeah, I don't know what's client.
Parang kanina. Yeah, parang kanina pa to eh.
Parang sumasakit yung ulo ni client. Baka kailangan niya ng ingat.
Wow. Kailangan niya para sa tukmol.
Tukmol.
Okay. So, I think I have an idea what's with the issue. Kasi Rise 3 was also had an issue during a previous match.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah, I think I am aware of this one.
So we might be able to see it in a few moments. There we go. I think MapleSyrup needs somewhat of a miracle to be able to extend this match by at least one more chart and extend their stay in the tournament for one more chart. Meanwhile, Wewoj on the verge of extending their campaign by one more match. Like one more match tomorrow. And the person waiting on the other side of the bracket is Arkwin. We see a very early lead here coming from Wewoj. This is something that we already expected going into this time.
Yeah,
So,
Wewoj retaining the 99 accuracy though.
MapleSyrup actually keeping up, at least keeping the accuracy up better than they did for Rise 2. Pero I think once the main streaming part of the start actually starts, and we're already seeing that, we're gonna be seeing more accuracy drops, at least even for both of these players. Oops, teka lang. Yung Jeep. Teka lang, ba't mo parking yung Jeep dyan sa harap ng client?
Biglang
try
pinortal
mo
yung
parking.
Pinortal yung jeep.
Kailangan hulihin ng LTO, nag-illegal parking yung Jeep. But anyways,
Jeep bababa na kami.
medyo nawala tayo doon. But anyway, so MapleSyrup actually dropping to 97%, dropping to below 97%, while the Jeep was trying to park illegally in front of the screen. Yan yung sinasabi niyan, don't block the driveway.
Obstruction? Yun. Obstruction. That is true. But anyways, halfway of the map remaining, Wewoj maintaining 98.91, MapleSyrup already under 96%. And the score gap is just going in favor for Wewoj right here with an 80k point lead.
Yeah, it's really just Wewoj's job here to take this home and actually go ride the Jeep na pumarking sa harap ng client. Oh my gosh. The jokes just make themselves, alright? The jokes just make themselves.
Hopefully wala nang mangyayaring illegal parking in the next few seconds. Let's just hope. Otherwise, may iko-contact tayo.
Matitiketan ng LTO.
May matitiketan, may masa-citation dito kung magpapatuloy yung illegal parking na yan.
Magkano nga ba yung
First offense ata dito is 5,000 ata.
Dito sa Davao, 5,000.
5,000 yun if I remember correctly. Pero second offense, community service. And then eventually, revocation kung paulit-ulit yung... And wait, not to mention, I think that was a Jeep, so professional. Pwede, perpetual revocation.
Nako, but anyways, Wewoj, sinakyan na po niya ang Jeep pauwi because they're taking home this chart and will be advancing to tomorrow. And we'll be facing Arquin as a campaign to get into the grand finals weekend. Pero what a run here coming from MapleSyrup. Actually, I think this is MapleSyrup's furthest run in PH Nationals.
Yes, that is true. This is his farthest run as far as I remember. But good run for... Wait, was it? Yeah. Last year, semi-final. Yeah. Okay,
Semi-final. Ito yung pinakamalayo ata yung MapleSyrup eh. Like, one of PH Nationals. Like, yeah, sure. MapleSyrup did win the holiday friendlies back in 2017. Pero I'm pretty sure MapleSyrup doesn't want to remember the fact na it was, puro na-default lahat ng mga kalaban niya at that point.
And anyways, congratulations for Wewoj for advancing the conditional match for Arquin para sa tomorrow. Unfortunately for MapleSyrup, he will be eliminated in the tournament. Pero again, respect for both players for getting this far. So that makes him 5-6. 5-6. Yeah, 5-6.
Yeah. There you go. And I think so it will be Arquin versus Wewoj fighting for the final slot in the top 3. The loser of that match will be 4th place in the tournament. And
the winner's bracket, the guaranteed top 2.
Sunny and Cielo. But that will be for tomorrow.
Yep.
Bukas pa yan. So we're not gonna be leaving you guys for longer here, especially that there is an ongoing match which is live on Twitch right now. That this is a 4K match between Unitori and Oreo, and that is one heck of a rematch coming from last year, or I think it was 2 years ago. Tagal-tagal na yan. See it.
Okay, from what I can remember, I might be wrong I don't remember this match happening in PHNats. I think it may have been in Dala-Dalawang Sabungan, that one. It may have been in that.
That one. It's been a while since I heard that.
I'm pretty sure it's that one because I don't remember your Unitory Oreo being a PHNats match. But anyways, like what Surf said, we're not gonna extend this way too longer. Go ahead, you two can close it for us.
All I can say is the remaining matches for finals, I'm very excited for it. Both winners and tsaka yung top 3 na match. Things might get interesting tomorrow. Yan lang. Yun lang.
Sige. Again, see you guys all on Twitch. Again, that is one heck of a match. Anyways, this is the OSO Philippines Nationals 2024 OSO 4K 7K tournament. In behalf of the commentary team and the streamer, this is Sergio85 signing off.